Hi everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a card using some Mama Elephant products. And today's card is actually going to be a submission for the July Stamp With Me challenge. I thought I would also do, since I'm making this card, I thought I would do a tutorial of how I made this card as well. So kind of killing two birds with one stone, if you will. So what's so fun about this challenge is that it's all about the rainbow theme. So, and I'm like you, I just love a lot of color. So, so I really wanted to participate in this month's challenge. So I'm going to start off by using one of the Mama Elephant Femme Frame dies. This is the stitched die. And I remember whenever I first got this die set, it was one of my favorites. And I think it was one of my only, if not my only, frame die set at the time. And I used the heck out of this thing. And I still do. It's still one of my favorites. So, so I wanted to crank it out today and use it, obviously, since it's for a Mama Elephant challenge. And I'm just kind of showing you the colors of ink that I'm going to be using. I'm using Lawn Fawn's Lobster. Then I have Orange Soda from Hero Arts, Sunflower, also from Lawn Fawn, Jelly Bean from Simon Says Stamp, and Blue Violet, also from Simon Says Stamp. So those are the colors that I chose. And I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to stamp down all of the little light bulbs from this stamp set. And I'm going to be using the rounder of the two sizes in the middle, and then I'm going to use the smaller one on the ends, two on each end, to create this card. So I'm going to first stamp the one in the middle, because to me it's just easier to stamp in the middle first and then go from there. So I've gone ahead and stamped down the outline of the bigger one, and then I'm going to stamp down the little end of the light bulb where you would turn on the light bulb. I forgot. I know there's probably a technical term for it, but and then I'm going to stamp down this little chain part. And I'm only going to stamp the chain on this one in the middle here, and I'm not going to stamp the chain on any of the rest of them. So, and I totally forgot to hit my record button. So thankfully I remembered, and I was able to catch the last one whenever I was stamping this last one on the end here for you guys. So I apologize for that. But now I've gone ahead and stamped out the rest of the bottoms of the light bulbs. And like I said, I'm only stamping the bottom but not the chain. So and you'll see my head a lot in this video, and I apologize, but I'm blind as a bat. I have to be over whenever I'm lining up stuff, even though it is clear stamps. I have to be over everything to make sure that I line it up well. And I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I mean, to a point. I know not everything can be perfect, but anyway, so I'm going ahead and stamp down all of the ends of the light bulbs, and I'm going to stamp down the middle of the little insides. And I've just chose the star for the middle one because it's supposed to be the one that's going to stand out. And then I just use the one that's kind of twisted. I stamped that one down for the rest of them, so they would all be the same. And so I really do like how this design came through, all together. It's really fun. It's kind of a simple card, but also since it's, a rainbow themed, providing all of the color really makes it pop. So, of course, whenever you put lots of color together and then the black background you'll see whenever I put the card together, it really does make it pop. So now I'm going to go ahead and stamp down my sentiment, and I chose the one that says it's your time to shine. And I'm inking that up with the same black ink, which is the MFT Hybrid Black ink. I don't think I mentioned that before, and I apologize. So that's the black ink that I'm using today. And it stamps down pretty well. So now the fun part, we're going to go ahead and add our color to our light bulbs. And I'm going to again start in the middle. And I'm using the Sunflower ink from Lawn Fawn here. And I'm just making sure that I really, really do ink this up because on each of these, because since we're using solid stamps, really do got to make sure that you've got your stamp inked up really, really well, and that you apply pretty good pressure, because even though these inks, all the inks that I'm using today, even though whenever they dry, they do even out, but you don't want it to be, you know, you want to make sure that you get really good ink coverage too. So that's why I'm really, really pressing hard and making sure that I get it really good and inked. So, and I'm doing it for all of these. I'm really making sure that I get all of my inked, my stamp covered really, really with the ink. And then I'm really making sure that I line it up well and press down. Now, some of these, whenever I did stamp down, they were off just a little bit, but, you know, that adds to the whimsy, I think. So, and I love this green color, this jelly bean color. It's one of the newest ones that I have from Simon Says Stamp. It came from their latest release, which was such a fun release. Lots of great new ink colors and stuff. So I had to pick up a few colors, and this green really spoke to me. So now I'm going to start off going just down the line. I'm doing the lighter colors first, you know, more or less, and then I'm going to go move on to the red and then the darkest color. So now I'm stamping down the orange soda and just lining that up. And again, I apologize for my head here. And then I'm going to stamp the lobster, and then I'm going to move on to the blue violet. Now this blue violet, when it first stamps down, it looks like a really, really dark color, but once it dries and evens out, it is such a beautiful color. It's probably one of my favorite colors in my whole ink collection. I kid you not, because it's such a unique color, and there really isn't, to my knowledge, there isn't a color like this with any other stamp company that I know of. It's just a unique color, and it's one of my favorites. So if you don't have it and you're thinking about it, I really do highly recommend picking it up. So I've gone ahead and so you see the black cardstock here that I cut out with the other Femme Frame, which is the scallop frame. And then I added my adhesive to it and applied it to my card base, which is the Paper Tray Ink Stamper Select white cardstock. If you've been following my channel or been watching my channel, you know that's my favorite white cardstock. And then I applied the main panel with some foam adhesive. And now I'm going to add some Wink of Stella. Now, I have this gold Wink of Stella, and it's, I think, one of the first few times that I've used it, and I kind of like it. It's a little bit more, it's more opaque than I thought it was going to be, which I really wanted it to be opaque because I really wanted it to fill this star in, and it adds such a pretty shine. And then I moved on to the regular Wink of Stella, and you'll see here whenever I put it up to the light, you'll see all that really beautiful sparkle and shine. So that pretty much finishes up the card for today, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye-bye.